Hey guys.
Hello everybody.
Are we there? Are we
live?
Are we on?
Are we live? Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Doesn't it usually
It should do. Whether it does or not, who knows? We don't know. Is it working? Just we're there. There we are. Excellent. Can we be seen?
Hello, Tommy. Tommy will be there. Tommy will be
Does
there.
it normally have such a focal length?
Hey guys.
Hello everybody. Hello everybody.
Are we live?
Are we live?
Are we on?
Can you see us? Can we
Please
hear
sit
us? Can you see us?
closer to
There's no problem with that. Anyway, let's get these spectacles of ours off. You can hear us. Good. So you're not even in the shot.
I
don't
am. We
think.
need to wait until there's a lag.
I see.
Oh, hang on. Oh god, it's all going wrong. I think because you just moved it, the sun has just hit the camera.
Actually, it looks like a fingerprint. Hang on a minute. There we go. Everything's sorted out. That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, video is off, says John. Yeah, it really is. Hopefully that sorted out just now. Okay, so how are we all?
You talk OFX.
Okay. Sorry guys, we're in a bit of a flap. We literally just... Yeah, keep going because I feel like well, no, don't actually no, because we're going to be in... we're just going to lose all that light.
Well, I'll turn the light on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, we're a bit more organised than this usually, but today we just we were running a little bit late.
There we go.
There we go.
That's better.
Yeah.
Okay, I think there's quite a lag.
All right, I think we're good.
Anyway, so that should be good. You should be hearing this now, and I think we're good. So, welcome, patrons. Hello. There's me in my Bermuda shorts because it is 26 degrees in London this afternoon.
I know, it's like a summer's day. It is absolutely beautiful. Is anyone in London at the moment? Are any of you from in London or the UK today? Because it is gorgeous. Anyway, who is here?
Yes.
Jennifer is here. Devon, Craig, Gillian, Mike, I say Craig, James, Wade, John. Anyone else? Anyone that I'm missing?
So if we haven't mentioned your name, give us a big shout out and we will say hello to you. As you can see, we're on our new yacht, the Britannic. Otherwise known as my mother's parlour. My parents are out. We're on holiday, so we have the place to ourselves, including their cat, who is a little bugger.
Yeah, he just slunk past. Anyway. Okay, so how is everyone?
Yeah, tell us all your news. What news do we have? I've been sailing for the weekend.
Yeah, why don't you tell everyone about that?
So yeah, do you know what? I think I went away with one of my closest friends for the weekend for one of our old yacht club annual races, it's a race down the coast on day one and then a race back on day two, which is 30 miles each way. And what I would say to you about this, and I think this is the amazing part about this, is that I had the best sail I've had in 12 months this weekend. Absolutely fantastic. An amazing sail. And the point I'm trying to make is that his boat, I think he paid $7,000 for that boat. It is a little it's a 1970s Contessa 28. And the damn thing just flies, absolutely flies. A really amazing sail. I mean, down below it's not very luxurious. I got very little sleep last night because I was sleeping in his forepeak. But
where do they sleep?
They've got a double. The sofa pulls out into double.
Oh right.
But really, the conditions were brilliant both ways. And look, we were doing 4 knots in like 5 knots of true wind. And literally, I'm like, this is amazing. And it's really nice to be back in charge of a tiller again. I really like tiller steering. So yeah, it was. So yeah, as I said, we've done some sailing, and I can't remember having a better sail in the last 12 months. Fantastic, and not my boat, so not my worries.
Yeah.
So yes, the message here is that you can have as much, if not more, fun. You haven't got to be on a big yacht, kind of like careening around the world. You can be in your local muddy little waters. With your mates. So yeah, so all those who are thinking, I need to go and buy a big boat, you don't, buy a little one. And get there sooner, right?
Well, yeah. As in get to sailing sooner.
Yes.
Not necessarily a destination.
No. Well, no, in all fairness, I actually think that this weekend he would have got there sooner than we did.
Yeah, okay.
In fact, I can tell you he would have done because Stuart was out and he's got a 38-foot rival cutter rigged. Yeah, so with his main out and both foresails, John still, we went screaming past him. So there you go. So does anyone have any questions while we're here?
Yes. Any questions at
Any
all
questions
for us?
for us?
Now is the time because, you have our undivided attention, which definitely does not happen in the public live chat. Jennifer, you are being very complimentary about our recent videos. And yes, as you say, everyone's been posting the WhatsApp chat. It's been very active. Like, a few people have been like, every time I look at my phone, there's 40 or 50 new messages, and I'm the same. Every time I look at my phone, I'm like, what is everyone chatting
I think
about?
someone posted a message on WhatsApp someone posted a photograph on WhatsApp the other week, and they woke up to something like 600 messages.
That's insane.
So for those of you who are not, because a few people have just kind of like dropped out of the WhatsApp.
I think that it's not everyone's cup of tea.
No,
not everyone wants.
And I get that.
Yeah.
But seriously,
yeah.
And I'm sure he won't mind us mentioning this, the drama with Simon and his boat is better than Game of Thrones. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I literally, I'm like, I'm stopping family meals so I can see what's happening with Simon and his boat. And I can see that Ray Red 74 is here. And because we know Ray Red 74 is Rhino, Rhino is obviously a big part of that group. So yeah, and Jennifer is as well. So yeah, and Craig is. So yeah, look, actually, but you all are. So yeah, so I've really been enjoying Simon and his traumas in the WhatsApp group with the boat. And we are all on tenterhooks.
Yeah.
As to what is going to happen.
I think we all feel very invested in
like,
his decision.
Will John marry Daenerys? Will Simon buy Kiwi Spirit? We're up there. We're up there with it.
I don't think Simon's here.
No, Simon's not here. I think he's probably trying. Yes, I think Simon's probably needs a rest from us all.
Hi, AJ Doherty. Who are you? What's your Patreon name? Because it's not that. I don't know who you are. Please tell me.
So we are all looking forward to seeing what happens regarding Simon tomorrow. So good luck to Simon if you watch this later. I'm sure it'll be on WhatsApp later going on about it. Rhino asks about Southampton Boat Show. We are at Southampton next Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
And that is not that we've been holding that back. We literally decided 2 days ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
We were going to
Alexis.
Hello, Alexis.
We
were going to go down on Tuesday to try and get some work done. And in the end, I think because we are going to hopefully catch up with Uma and catch up with Brian from Delos on Saturday, we just figured it was a bit, we'll go down then because they've got more time then. So that's it. So yeah, we're going to catch up with those guys. Yes. So we'll be down Friday, Saturday. So if you pop in and if you want to say hello, just,
let us know.
You know what we look like. So that's good. So yeah, so Southampton's Friday, Saturday. There are a couple of catamarans we still want to film down there. One of which is actually the Discovery 50.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Obviously, we went to see Discovery 50. For those of you haven't been following this. About, what was it, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And yes, it wasn't. Was it
what?
It wasn't for us.
No.
It wasn't for us, but
through no fault of its own, really, because it was a fantastic. This is Kiwi Spirit, the boat that Simon's now interested in. It's a fantastic boat.
Yes.
I mean, fortuitously, Discovery are actually going to be displaying one of their catamarans at the Southampton Boat Show. So we'll just hold off on making any kind of sweeping comments about exactly how we found the Discovery 50 because it's probably better to leave that for the review.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Jennifer says that the WhatsApp messages are me not writing single lines and posting them. I should address that.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, it's a fair point. Well done, Jennifer. Alan asks, where are we? Are we in the UK? Yes, we are in London. I have literally just screamed back down the M2 at a speed which the local constabulary would not have been overly happy with to get here. So I'm straight off the boat.
I think that the WhatsApp group.
Yes.
Like, how you always, as Jennifer says, like, it's always like one sentence at a time.
Yes. Have I got to start writing more code?
No, but I think that's just like the way your brain works. It's just like stream of consciousness. Like, that's how you talk as well. It's just like this thought, then this thought, then this thought, then this thought. It's not like a kind of a coherent argument that you're putting forward, like in full. It's like Nick's thought process, all broken down.
I agree. I think that's exactly what you just get randomonium. Yeah. Andrew,
So now you know what I have to deal with.
Andrew says, did you see the YouTube video of the XS15? Yeah, I saw about 3 minutes of it. The XS15, because I didn't want to spoil it. I wanted to go.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Oh, you were doing something else.
Ah.
I was looking. I saw it posted, but I think it was Wiley Sharp Catamaran Expert, and I thought I don't want to
Bias yourself.
Yeah, but I thought, nah, I don't know what to do. So
Oh,
I had a
okay.
look.
I don't want to know because I've not seen
Alright,
anything
alright.
apart from just the what's on the website, which is just like the computer generated, and it's very conceptual. There's no detail really.
Okay.
So I don't want to. I want to go on. I think this might be the first. Well, it's going to be the first boat in a very long time that I've stepped on without having a clear idea of what to expect.
In that case, I should say nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
So yes, I've seen it.
Can you give me like?
Well, hang on a minute. I either tell you or
I
don't tell you.
know, but now I'm curious.
Well, no, I'm not saying anything.
No, I do want to know now.
Well,
Tell me.
no, because then you'll say it's wrong.
No, I want to know
Well,
what
I'll
you
tell
thought.
you.
Tell me.
Oh no! You have to watch the video yourself. Okay, put it this way. I only watched 3 minutes. Okay, all I would say, just to kind of like, maybe it's just flavouring the pot with a couple more jalapenos. It was a 15-minute video or a 10-minute video or something. I watched the first 2 minutes and turned it off.
You don't like it?
Well, you got to leave it there. You got to find out.
Well, obviously you didn't. Otherwise you wouldn't have turned it off. You would have been like, ooh.
No, okay, I didn't like it.
Why?
Well, but,
No, you had to say now.
Well, hang on a minute. I'm just justifying not telling you because you said.
Yeah,
don't
I know,
tell
but I've changed my mind.
me. It looked like they got all the old bits of catamarans that they didn't use in the shop and kind of made a homunculus of catamarans. So it looks like a lagoon.
Yeah, because do you remember we saw them in La Rochelle and
Yes.
we were like, that's a lagoon. Oh, but wait, it says excess on the side.
Yeah. Okay. So really, it's okay. It looks like a lagoon.
Yeah.
With the top of the hard bimini cut out.
Yeah.
With a sunroof.
Yeah.
A fabric sunroof. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fabric.
So it's got the look of a lagoon.
Yeah.
Without the hard top where you can put all the solar panels.
Okay.
With the helm seats of the Katana.
Right. And on the inside?
Don't know, I didn't get that far. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And on the inside, 1970s oil rig.
Oh.
Lots of whites and greys. Anyway, that's our review. So maybe I'm biased. Maybe I've kind of like got one of my usual. It's a preconception.
Well, I find it very strange that they are. Well, we can leave this for when we actually go there and have a look, maybe. But I do find it odd, like the shape of a lagoon is not conducive to good performance, and yet they're kind of trying to market it as a performance.
Okay, so the one thing, so I looked at nothing to do with the hulls, the hull width, the performance of it. All I would say is that my first thought is that if you've got the outboard helm stations of a Katana and the boxy cabin top of a lagoon, you can see nothing.
Yeah.
And the visibility, to me, I'm like, you're not going to be able to see what the hell, your blind spot there is huge.
Well, we shall see it next Friday, and we will film the entire thing, and we will go through all of this.
Yeah, so there you go. So that's that. So yes, we have seen the XS15.
Was it the 15?
Yes, it was a 15.
Okay, because they're showing the 12 at
okay.
Southampton.
I mean, yes, essentially it'll be, the interior design will be the same, the cost, So yeah, so that's it. So anyone else, any of you other lovely patrons got any questions?
Alan Davis says, can you get a better deal at a boat show on a cat?
Is this for you or for us? Because I
think it's
for yourself.
Yeah, I think he's asking like
Okay,
general.
so really the way that boat shows work in the UK, and I'm not sure, and I'm saying the UK because I can't speak for the USA. Every time we used to go to boat shows, and we know brokers really well because we've got friends that are brokers. They pay a horrendous amount of money to exhibit the boat there. I think one of our friends said it's $25,000 a boat, right?
I think it depends on the boat.
Yeah. Catamarans it's about 25 grand a boat. Now they have a couple of things they want to do there. First is showcase the boat so that people can see what's on display, but they hope to sell an increased number of those boats at the show, and there are normally boat show offers. Now, depending on the boat, will depend, and the mark will depend on what you get. So you go to a boat show, they always say the boat show offer is, and our experience with this, like many moons ago before we bought Ruby Rose, we went to see Geno. And Geno, when we were at the boat show, we went there for 2 days. And the first day, we talked to them, and they're like, listen, you buy this boat, we will give you 10% off as a boat show special. And we went, no, sorry, that's not for us. And then we went back the next day and said, we'll give you 12.5% off. So that was from Geno at the time. When we went to Southerly, they're like, we will give you a spray hood and a bow thruster. So different brands will give you better discounts. And my thought is that the high volume production brands will give you a bigger discount as well. And I think a lot of that is to do with how the pay structure works, how the business model works with different companies.
And this ties in with Alan's follow-up question, which is about the dealers, whether you can get a better deal at the boat show because you're not going through a dealer, but that's not how a lot of the companies are structured. You have to go through a dealer for some of them.
Yeah, so if you buy Ultramare and you buy Seawind or you buy Antares, and I imagine it's the same with Maverick and all the others, you buy from the manufacturer direct. That's how it works. If you buy from Lagoon, definitely, Naughty Tech, definitely, Fontaine Pajot, definitely, because we know this, you can't buy direct from them. You have to buy through a dealer. So what happens is that any of us could possibly become a Fontaine Pajot dealer. And so you buy the rights to buy build slots, and you buy those build slots and you fulfill them. And it's just, you're literally a franchise for Fontaine Pajot or Lagoon or anything. So really, there is profit for the dealer. The dealer buys, say, 10 build slots for a Fontaine Pajot, if you're a Fontaine Pajot dealer, and then sells them on. And they buy them at a certain cost, and they have to sell them at a certain cost. And probably, if they don't sell those 10, there's some forfeit they have to pay. And that's how. But that is how I think the business model works. So I know for a fact that they have a profit margin in their sales. Now, I know that they can. It must be over 12% because they can offer you 12% off. So
yeah.
So there is wiggle room on there. Now that means that for a dealer, they can offer you a better deal than buying direct. I also think that the thing about this is, and this is really anecdotal, that the higher the volume of turnover, the higher the profit margin. Now we have heard, anecdotally, but from a source that I think is actually quite accurate, that the markup on a Lagoon is 50%. So Lagoon, if they build the boat for 500, they sell it for $1 million. Now, out of that model, Lagoon have to make a profit, and then the dealer has to make a profit. So there is more wiggle room there than a small manufacturer like, say, Antares, that builds 6 boats a year, and they are never sure where their order book lies. So the build slots will be available or not available. And you can go to Antares and they'll say, we've got a build slot for so-and-so. Similarly, if you go into something like Yacht World and look for, Lagoon 50, it will say there'll be lots of new boats, and what you're doing is buying a build slot. You're not buying a boat. They're having that built. So the long-winded answer, strangely enough, to the question is you can get deals, but it depends how empty the dealer's book is.
Okay. Hello to Tom and Mary from Ireland. Hello to you both. And a few more questions. Jennifer says, Teresa, were you working on captain's license or whatever it's called? Yes. So I'm still doing the OIA day skipper. Day skipper theory. And I have had to extend that twice. Not because it's difficult, but because I just am really struggling to find the time to devote to doing that. And every time I think, well, I'll put aside some time to do my day skipper, it seems that work gets in the way. So I'm definitely I'm probably about 80% of the way through that now. So I just want to kind of get it finished and then do the exam, and then that'll be done. So yes, still ongoing on that one. It's good. I'm really enjoying it. So I mean, like all these things, some modules are more interesting to me personally than others, but a lot of it I feel quite lucky because a lot of it I already knew to a certain extent, and even if I didn't know kind of the kind of more nitty-gritty detail, I understand it very intuitively because it's the type, obviously we already sail, and we sailed in tidal waters for a very long time from Konya, so all the tidal calculations and everything are quite straightforward for me. So I think had I not had that experience, then it would be more difficult for sure.
Yeah,
because you obviously did the day skipper theory without any experience, right?
I bought Koi Mistress by then.
And had you started sailing yet?
Yes.
Okay, so you already had experience before you started doing the theory.
I think so. Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay.
I
but do you agree that if you went in without any experience,
you never learn it. It's like trying to learn French without actually bothering to go to France.
Yeah.
You're just learning a theory. You're learning
the theory.
Yeah, you've got total immersion, darling.
Yes.
Total immersion.
So what else? Andrew says, how have you been enjoying the new gimbal? And Andrew, you directed that question to me, but actually it's Nick's new toy, isn't it?
Yes.
I've definitely used it. I do like it, but I think that I am a little bit like a grumpy old man when it comes to these like new fandangled technology. I kind of am like, yeah, but I can't do this and I can't do that. So it's about finding workarounds so that we can still use the camera the way that we want.
Which I think we've done.
Yeah.
And so basically we've had a lot of questions like this gimbal. I think from people that were considering buying one.
Yeah.
For us, I think it's going to change, increase the quality of what we put out. The test footage that we've taken so far is fantastic. It really is. And really it's about getting montages, smoother, better panning shots, and just being able to make everything more cinematic. And that's not, it is for your benefit, but it's also because I look at some of our stuff and I'm like, it could be better. And these gimbals now are, I think it didn't cost that much, it was like $300, £300. And it really transforms what we were able to do. And it also, people some people say, oh, why do you take so much time off out of season? This is exactly why, to kind of catch up on technology, to catch up on kind of like our techniques and to kind of make ourselves better. So that's, I think that the gimbal is, I really like it. I think you're not quite sold on it yet because
I think it's got its place. I don't think it's, yeah.
All I would say about that gimbal is, for those of you who are considering a gimbal, is that getting it onto the camera, if you've ever used a tripod on an SLR camera, you've got to put a little thumb, there's like a 3/8 screw that you put into the bottom of the camera, and it then takes a plate. On the gimbal, it is actually, there's a plate and then there's another plate that goes in. So you've got these two plates, both of which are screwed together, which means that getting it off of the gimbal, while you can get the camera off the gimbal really quickly, to get the plate off is a job that involves a screwdriver or penny. And what we have done is we've bought two quick release clips off Amazon, so we can now quick release and move between different tripods. So that's a little just tip. If you wanted to buy one, you can. I think these quick release clips are metal, $7 a pop. So yeah, it is useful to be able to change between different tripods.
To get the camera off the gimbal properly.
Yeah. Rhino asks, any nibbles on Ruby Rose? No, none at all. I think that I still stand by the fact Brexit is causing problems for the yacht market. I confirmed that with my friend John, who is in the know on this thing. He said, no, everything is absolutely slack because people are worried about losing the tax paid status on the boat, despite the fact that it is secure. Now it's in Europe. However, British buyers are worried about that, and foreign buyers don't know where our currency is heading. So we don't know, and to show you the truth, I wouldn't buy a boat in Europe in this market. I'd wait and see. So I understand absolutely everything there. John
You
Apple.
understand absolutely
Absolutely
everything.
John asks a question. Okay, so actually, Tony Schwester says, random question. I was just watching old episodes. Did you ever response from the photo bomber in episode 5 in a grocery store? No, never. No, that was in. Where was that?
That was in St. Martin.
St. Martin. No, don't know who she is.
And she reminded me so much of my friend. Do you not think that she reminded you of Laura?
Yes, I think it was Laura.
Yeah, no, we didn't. That was hilarious. When I rewatched that, I loved that moment so much. John says that the dealer makes more money on the aftermarket add-ons. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a confidential story I've got for you here. You've heard this story from our friend Handsome Phil.
Okay, I'm going to refill my water because I feel like this is going to be a long one.
It's not. It's a little story. Handsome Phil is so named, one, because he's very handsome, and two, because his name is Phil. But he happens to be a broker that we bought a new boat from. And we're very friendly with Handsome Phil. And when I would look to buy a boat, I actually got the extras list from him, which he sent me in as a spreadsheet. And there was something that was lost in translation between our software and his software. So he had removed the column at his end that showed the price to the dealer, and we saw it. And I said to him, I messaged him and said, Phil, you've sent me the price to you as well. And he's like, please, for God's sake, do not let that get out. And the markup on certain things is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. So whoever said dealer makes money on aftermarket add-ons that are needed, absolutely. So that's story 1 about add-ons. Did you just die inside a little bit? No, because our patrons may be buying boats.
I know.
Okay. Story 2 is to do with Southerly. When I bought our boat and I absolutely cracked the shits with them.
This is the folding propeller by any
Yes.
chance. You are telling into your mother, you realise that.
Have you heard the story about the folding propeller? Anyway.
I tell the story about the folding propeller. Nick just got a normal propeller on the boat because he got a quote from Southerly to put a folding propeller on, and he said, absolutely not, I'm not paying that. So down the line, he called up the manufacturer of the folding propeller and said, can I please buy a folding propeller off of you? It was about 50% less than what Southerly were charging. And the guy at the other end of the phone, who I think owns the company, said, well, you don't know the half of it because Southerly buy it from us at an even lower rate. So point being is that they marked up the folding prop by a significant margin. Let's say
300. It was 300%.
Yeah, so it was 300 what?
Southerly wanted 3,000 plus VAT for the propeller, so it's £3,600.
Yeah.
I bought the propeller for £1,200.
And Southerly buy the propeller for less than £1,200 because they buy in bulk. So anyway, that's the folding prop story. Alexa says, I took your video messages to heart and volunteered with my local yacht club, and now are lake racing with them.
That's brilliant.
Cool.
It's amazing. And how do you like it? Alexa. Alexa. Turn on the lights. Alexis, how do you like it? Obviously, this is kind of like, I'm really interested in this. So if you're new to sailing and you've kind of got into, and you're getting into club racing, can you share with the group your thoughts? No, I really want to hear, because this is how I always encourage people to go out there and get into club sailing, because it's almost free, paying for beer at the end of it. So to let us know how you're finding it.
Craig says, are you guys doing an official meetup at Southampton? We're not. And the next question was anything on the London meetup? No. So we're not doing anything in Southampton itself because we don't feel like we're going to have the time. We're only there very, very, very briefly, and we've already got some commitments there. And unfortunately, we can't spend any more time down there because we've got those going on. So no is a short answer to Southampton. However, we do want to have a London meetup at some point. I put something on Patreon about, 2 or 3 days ago, just to feel you guys out to see whether there was any interest, and there was more interest than I thought. I only thought there was 2 or 3 people in the UK that are our patrons, but I was wrong. So yes, we are going to do a London meetup. We are very rapidly running out of time between now and Annapolis, which sounds ridiculous because Annapolis is so far away, but it's true. So we're going to put our heads together. I've not seen Nick all weekend. So I've literally
just come through the door.
So we're going to have a little think and see if we can come up with something. But it would definitely be as soon as possible, we will do a London meetup.
However, if you are at Southampton and we're there Friday, Saturday, come and say hello.
Yeah,
sit and have a chat with us. It's not like we're going to be like, oh no, we can't do. So we're going to be wandering around for 2 days.
Yeah.
So just have a catch up with you. It'd be great. So that's good. Christy Christy, fantastic to see her. She's missed a few of the last lives.
That's okay.
Possibly because she has a fantastic life and she goes on these amazing cruises all the time and posts amazing photographs from around the world.
And Steve is from hello from Los Angeles. Hello, Stephen.
Christy, just one thing. Are you coming to Annapolis? I don't think we've got to make it. No,
no, I've not heard anything from Christy. So Craig says, I've been out with a guy on a trimaran a few times. He watches your videos too. That's awesome.
Is it a Neil trimaran? But there are some amazing trimarans. There's the Dragonflies
and other trimarans.
And there's the Corsair 800. So yes, yes. Say hello to your friend. Alan asks, in your reviews, you make reference to labour rates. Are South African labour rates lower than, say, France? Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are.
About
significantly.
Yeah, 10 to 20% of the French rates. French labour rates are very, very, very high. No, they're not very high. They're higher than the UK. So I think the quotes that we have had for labour are 40 to 50 euros an hour. So that is 40 to 50 pounds at the moment, and about
$40 to $50.
No, it's not $40 to $50. At the moment, that's about $50 to $60 an hour for labour. So that's what you spend on labour rates. If you buy outside of Europe, those labour rates just drop massively. And so, so when you buy a boat that is built overseas, you don't pay for those labour rates. So you do theoretically get a better boat for a more boat for your money. They are slightly better. Theoretically.
I don't know whether that saving actually is passed on to the customer.
I think it is. I think if you look to say, for instance, and we're just picking something out of the hat here, Neisner 50.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the Neisner 50 in this review series, but the Neisner 50, the price for that is low.
Yeah, when you compare it to, like, say, Privilege or, the Privilege is very expensive. But yeah, the Neisner does seem to be. It's a similar price to like Outremer, but Outremer is more pared down than the Neisner. Neisner, there's a lot more like wood inside, and we'll see the Neisner in Annapolis. So
the thing about Outremer, look, I am biased completely, and I love those boats. And really, I'd be hard pushed. If we could afford one, to not buy one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're fantastic. However, I think they trade on their name a bit now.
Outremer.
Yeah, I do think they trade on their name a little bit more than they should do, and I think it's a bit like, well, lots of people trade on their names, don't they? But I think that there are some flaws. I think if Ryan's still watching, he's a real champion of the Outremer 51, and I love the boat, but there are some parts of that boat that are so flawed for us, for ocean sailing, that they do almost cross the red line. That cooker, having the hob next to the staircase, is downright dangerous. Pop clamps or not. And if you go back and look at the Outremer video, as we're filming taking a panning shot of the galley, there's a woman coming up with someone coming up the hull steps, and literally, in a big sea, because you're gonna, you wouldn't want to be boiling pasta there.
Yeah.
So so that is a problem for us, and the engine access is a problem for us. And I think if they could address those two, and we had the money, obviously that minor point, she'd be a real contender. Yeah. Christy says she's not making an apple, so apologies to Christy. I'm sorry to see we've missed you yet again.
So Alexis, in answer to the lake racing question, says, I sailed as a child, got several licenses and then took 10-year break. Okay, so you're Aussie, but it's free except snacks and beer. Well, that's reasonable. Okay, cool. But you work for Whole Foods.
So there you go.
That makes life easier.
Everyone's getting pecan nuts today. So yeah, I maybe I will get onto when we get onto the kind of like the next event, the non-patron feed, which starts in a bit. Actually, we need to get off in a sec. I will champion this, and also for all you patrons watching, there is a patron giveaway. So for those, which we are doing in the next event.
Yes. So the giveaway is open to all patrons, not just $5 and above, but all our patrons. And we haven't talked about that yet. So we just I don't know. It was your idea actually. So why don't you say how that?
So we've just basically decided to start giving you stuff. Like, we're like, what can we do today that's nice? So we thought we are gonna do a giveaway. So you don't need to do anything. Literally, what we've done is we've got all your names on a spreadsheet, and we're just going to pick one. And what we're going to do is we're going to get a random number generator feed on the next feed, and every month for the next, I think up until the new year, every month we'll do a live feed and pick one of you, and we will let you know that we'll obviously announce who it is, and yeah, you're going to win stuff.
We'll contact you as well, so if you can't watch the live feed, it's not a problem.
So basically you don't have to do anything. You're already in a prize draw to win stuff, and we'll let you know if you've won. So really, yeah, that's it. So I think today. So it's merchandise. Obviously we're not giving you the Hope Diamond or anything, but yeah. So we're going to give you merchandise, and you haven't got to do things. So we kind of thought, why not just do something?
Yeah. So we're going to do that in the next live feed, the public one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's good. So that's that. Jennifer says the Outremer cooker location is unbelievable. I can't believe that layout was ever approved. Yeah, do you know, I think this comes back to talking to Neil, when we went to see Neil, the Trimaran people, after we put that review out, they got in touch with us, things went back and forth, and to stop it escalating any further, we went to see Neil, and they showed us the Neil 47, another one, one that was literally off to Japan. It was being loaded up to be shipped. And the boat was not a good. It wasn't a good make. It was. I wouldn't have accepted it. I wouldn't have paid.
There
for
were
it.
improvements.
Yeah,
though.
but there were improvements. Okay, so there were improvements to things that we could see that were wrong. For instance, the steps. They changed how the steps in the small holes were being made.
Yeah.
They were now welded. But still, the boat was just. It was put together with huge amounts of mastic, like cavities and problems everywhere. And they. Even Therese. I mean, I'm normally the one that's kind of like we're at a gate here. It's like, how can you sell a boat like this? They've got huge problems. And they're oblivious to it.
Yeah.
Completely oblivious
There was
to it.
no actual answer. We're literally pointing to this massive gap with mastic, and we said, can you give us an explanation for how this can happen, really? And they basically just shrugged their shoulders. They're like, it's just the way it's built. That was their answer. It's just the way it's built.
And it's and I'm like, okay, fine.
Okay.
Because you're looking at Neil 51. You're looking, once you've added the VAT and all the extras, it's $1 million. I mean, Christ,
Anyway, what's the subject to the Outremer cooker?
I think they're just the people who are oblivious. People just don't take criticism well. No one takes criticism well, and there's various criticism, like you could have put more salt in the spaghetti. That's minor criticism. And then there's your wife and kids are really ugly, major criticism, and stuff in between. But I think when you're criticising someone's creation, i.e. a boat they've designed, it's more on the your wife and kids are ugly analogy.
Interesting analogy.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so next.
Andrew says no skill testing question. No, there's nothing. It's a free draw for you to get stuff every month. There you go.
I don't understand.
I think he was saying that why we is there any question? Is there any question for Patron? I'm sure that's what you asked. For the giveaway, no, nothing. We're just giving you stuff.
Tony says, "Are you glad that you started on Patron, considering you were so apprehensive?" Yeah, I was actually. I met up with one of my girlfriends this morning for coffee, and she asked me the same question. And she has a client who wants to start Patron, and she was like, "I don't understand what Patron is. Can you talk to me about it?" So she can't very well ask her client because apparently she's meant to know all about it already. And I was talking to her about it, and I think that it's been a year since we started Patreon, so it's a good time to reflect on Patreon. And we also hit 300 patrons today, so that's also a good kind of milestone. And I think, in short, Patreon was such a good idea. I kind of wish that we did it earlier, although I'm also I'm glad that we held off.
No, I'm all right. I'm glad we. Well, listen, we can't change.
Yeah.
We can't change what we did.
Yeah.
And I think really my hesitation was always, well, hang on a minute, is it, are you begging for stuff? And there was a lot of backlash at the time. There was another sailing channel that was really hammering it, join Patron. So I'm glad that we held off.
Well, what I was saying to Ellie was that it seems like these things, the kind of public attitude towards platforms like Patreon changes so quickly I think that a couple of years ago when we first kind of floated the idea of Patreon, we mentioned it a couple of times on Facebook, there wasn't a very warm reception, and there was a lot of, I think, kind of like low-level hostility towards some YouTubers who were using Patreon to like earn an income. And I think though with the passage of time and Patreon is becoming more popular and it's becoming more widespread, and it started off as a very American, very popular in America, and it's now becoming more popular in the UK and in Australia and Europe. So I think that in time, Patreon has become, I guess, just another platform like our social media platforms. So I think that the criticism of using Patreon has.
Well, I think it's like, look, it's in whose hands is it? And I think that you have to be. We try very carefully to make sure that we are not even perceived to be abusing it. There has to be give and take. So it can't just be us, literally holding out the electronic begging bowl. And we try to make sure that we do things that are different, hence the WhatsApp group. I mean,
well, I suppose we try and give our patrons value for money.
Exactly.
That's, at the end of the day, that's what it is. We're providing an extra service. Patreon allows us to provide an extra service, and we try and deliver good value for that. So yeah.
Julien is here.
Hello, Julien. We met you in La Rochelle.
And he did, and he bought us some lovely caramels, of which they almost removed 2 fillings. But they're very nice caramels, as well as lots of others. So thank you, Julien, and I hope I saw your pictures today on the WhatsApp group. It was like you had a fantastic sale as well, so amazing. And to the best of my knowledge, as I remember, Julien's sale single-handed, so pretty awesome out there with his little boat.
Glenn, what are you doing up? It is apparently 1:30 a.m.
Maybe Glenn has just got home, like with a traffic cone on his head, like absolutely smashed with a kebab in one hand and a bottle of half-drunk bourbon in the other. Someone else's underpants, like maybe you just got up.
Yeah.
Anyway, Glenn, welcome.
Maybe this is night shift.
Yeah, maybe there's night shift. I've got Glenn with a traffic cone on his head. I think we are going to have to stop this in a minute because we've got somewhere to be.
Set up for the next one.
So yes, any final questions before we head off to YouTube elsewhere?
Yeah, we don't have any other major...
No more announcements. So just to recap, for those of you who are listening, we are not doing a dedicated Southampton meetup. We will be there this Friday and Saturday coming. So if you are there, come and say hello. We are going to be in Annapolis, so you know all that. There is a free giveaway
for patrons
at
in about half an hour.
About half an hour. And that's it. That's all we have to say.
Yes.
That's everything.
That's right.
So everybody, I hope that we'll probably see some of you over the next bit. You'll be on YouTube live in about
15 minutes.
15 minutes. So we'll see you. So
yes.
Listen, have a lovely week, whatever you all choose to do. From Christy waiting at an airport to,
Glenn up at
1:30 to your man Alexa,
Alexa is the Amazon thing.
Just come back from a yacht club weekend and asked who haven't seen each other for 2 days. That's strange. We spent so much time together.
I know, yeah.
Okay, so listen, lovely to see you all, albeit virtually.
Yes.
And we're going to go prepare some bits, and we'll be back with you very, very, very soon. So listen, it is the 19th of 15th of September. So the next time we see some of you,
we'll be at Annapolis.
We'll be at Annapolis or Southampton. So you'll see us. We'll be through the actual screen.
Yes, in the flesh.
Yes. Probably not too much. A little bit. All right, listen. Have a lovely week, all of you.